know it's been a while since I've had an update, but we've had a lot going on here. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button on my videos, just so I can keep making these things. I've got some really exciting updates today, but it's still stressful, really. We're going to be talking about the listing of my house, because we had the garage sale. That was one of the last updates that we had. And after that, I ended up donating a bunch of stuff to the local charity here. And they've been very gracious in accepting all of that, which is good. We did that so that we could get the house cleaned out. I mean, right now, I don't know if you can hear the echo, but there's definitely an echo in here. And as you can tell, there's like no more furniture in the house. The only thing left really is my bedroom set, since I am still living in the house while we're doing this. But we got everything out of it and started, we had to do kind of like a last minute cleaning, which was like total chaos. I had my one buddy that helped me get ready for the garage sale, as well as my realtor came over, and by the end it was assholes and elbows and just shove shit into places that people can't see so that the photographer could come in and do the pictures. Which caused me a little bit of grief after that, because just trying to find things, and some things were misplaced. During the donation thing, some things were donated that were not intended to be donated. I had two full, huge bags of charcoal that still had the plastic wrap around them. And I was supposed to be making steaks for some friends. And it was after all of that. And I went out to start my grill and realized that I didn't have any charcoal out there. So I went in my garage, and the two brand new bags of charcoal I had in there were gone. So I had to sous vide them, but it still turned out okay. They did take the pictures, and everything came out really, really good. The photographer did a great job, and they also did like a Zillow tour walkthrough thing, so with the 360 cameras, and so they could actually wander through the property. And a day later, we got everything uploaded and listed, and within 24 hours, we actually had 2 offers on the house, which, was amazing. We went back to the 2 interested parties and finally got their last offers. And the one that I was most interested in selling to anyway came back with the better offer. And so I was happy about that. So yes, we actually have a contract in place on the house. So I don't know, if you've never bought or sold a house, it's a process, and it's not fun. Especially the selling of the house. The buying of the house, I've bought a few, and they could be very exciting to go through. It's still got some pain in the ass and a lot of paperwork to do, but overall it's a lot better than selling one, I'll just tell you that. Now, I need you guys to remember, too, that I'm still living here. Yes, everything's gone except for my bedroom set, but I still live in the house. So, after we accepted the offer and everything like that, this person's actually going through the VA, and so they needed to be able to come out and do inspections and all that. And so we set up a time a couple days after that. It was like 11 o'clock was when the inspectors were supposed to show up. And I want to say I woke up at like 9 that morning and was just waiting for them to get here. But like 10:45 a.m., my front door opens. And I'm like, and I go walking over there, and it's the assistant of the person that put in the offers, realtor. Oh, well, I didn't think you'd be here. And it's like, I live here. And so, I called my realtor up, and I'm like, what's the deal? And she's like, I told them that you were living there. So I don't know who dropped the ball or who forgot or whatever, but no big deal. They showed up and opened up the house for the inspectors, and then a freaking army of inspectors came walking into my house. I was expecting like 1, maybe 2 people, but no, there was probably half a dozen people here. And you know, so the fact that there was this whole group of people here, at one point I overheard a conversation and realized that the new buyer was here too. And so I got up and I introduced myself to her. It's, nice lady. I don't know, mid-30s, I would think probably. And, but very, very nice. And her and I started talking, and eventually all the, inspectors started leaving. And then of course, wouldn't you know it, my doorbell rings and the fiber guys are here to install the fiber. So yeah, or no, I'm sorry. They had already installed the fiber, if you remember from my last video, but they didn't bury the fiber line. They just ran it over my fence in the front and into the wall and plugged it in. And they're like, oh yeah, somebody will come back in a week or two and bury it. Well, of course, these people show up as I'm talking to the new buyer and everyone else is leaving. So, I mean, it all worked out, but it was just crazy. And so me and the new buyer were talking, and and she had some concerns, and she had mentioned that the one guy had said that I had termites, and I'm like, really? Because I have never had any issues with termites at all in this house. And she's like, well, yeah, I can show you. And so she takes me out to my garage, and on the outside wall of my garage, now understand, it's a cement, the whole thing's cement. And then on the other side of that wall is all cement as well too, because we got an area that's large enough to pull up an RV next to it that's all paved with cement. And she just points at this little pile of dirt that's on the floor. And I'm like, what did he say? And she said, oh, well, the termites were up in here. And I'm like, because you think about it, if I was a termite, I wouldn't go where it's all concrete. I would go where there's wood. So my realtor had mentioned that they'd had issues with this particular termite inspector before. And so we ended up ordering up another one, which came out a day or two later. And he ended up clearing the house. I mean, there was no termites to be found. So, but they also said that my microwave didn't work, that a power outlet in my house didn't work, which I had originally had my couches, because they were electric recline couches, plugged into for the last 5 years. And I think that was about it, really. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot, but the outlet thing not working, well, that was just because there was a switch on the wall that controlled that outlet. And the microwave, I don't know what they were talking about with that, because I've been using that to heat up my dinners and lunches lately because I'm trying not to get the house dirty. But everything's cool. And so they did all their inspection stuff. And the next day, I go to take a shower, and it's kind of hard for me to describe. So I have this big shower head, but I also added on like a mirror that has like the water that runs through it, so I could shave in the shower and it doesn't get all foggy and stuff. And I love that thing. And I've had it for years. For some reason, the day after they did the inspection, this thing is like spurting water like a sieve. So I don't know what they did when they did the inspection, but I'm in the process of actually having to just take that off and put something else in, because I can't get it to stop leaking now. So just beware, when the inspectors go through a house, to make sure you check everything after they go through. I don't even know why they would take off the shower head. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, but whatever. So, I talked to this owner, and she was, like I say, really nice lady. And, we called, I went over to my realtors after the fact, and we ended up calling the other agent. And he's like, yeah, I don't know why the owner was still there, but he was like, well, it was good that he was, though, because he talked to the new buyer, and she really, appreciated what he had to say, and blah, blah, blah. So it all worked out for the best. But now, we're just in the process. I mean, we're actually closing now in like 15 days. And I do have an arrangement with the new owner that I can stay in the house for a little bit after that to make sure I've got all my travel arrangements and everything, because I'm still waiting on passport stuff right now. And so that's good. The sad news is an update on my dogs. So they've been over at my realtor's house for a while now, and she loves my little one. She's about the same size as her little dog, and they play together all the time. But my big one, who is the kindest, nicest dog you'd ever meet, apparently he sheds too much and brings all the dirt in, which I don't understand, because he likes being inside. But That's what she says, and she's getting really frustrated with the whole thing. So my stepson can't take him. As a matter of fact, I just talked to him the other day, and apparently the place that he's working at is shutting down because they're not making enough money. So he lives out in California, so he's getting laid off. So I'm now kind of left with the fact of, yeah, I can get a home for my little one, but my big one, I don't have any takers right now. And so it's kind of breaking my heart a little bit, because he's the best dog that I've ever had. So, but I did, the other day, I had shots. They need to get their shots and stuff updated. So I went and I spent the night at my realtor's house with my dogs on the couch, and, kind of snuggled with them all night long, and that was good. But yeah, so that, like I say, that's still kind of breaking my heart, and I really hope that I can find them a good home before I have to leave, because I really don't want to take him to a shelter. I really don't. But I'll keep you guys up to date on that whole thing. But yeah, right now, honestly, the only thing that I have to do now is, one, keep my house clean, which not too hard to do since I'm only living in the bedroom, in the kitchen, basically, and wait for the house to close, and then get all my travel stuff together. So, and find a home for my dog. But, I've been talking with my buddy in Cebu, and apparently he had a rough time not too long ago. And so, I told him he could have reached out to me, but I think he is still very, very excited that I'm coming out there. But I think he finally came to grips with what he was having a challenge with. But I'm looking forward to being able to get there and maybe help support him, because I'm sure I'm going to have the same issues too once I get there. But everything's happening, and it's happening a lot faster. It feels a lot faster than it probably is, but it's coming quick. But, oh God. So there's one mistake that I made, which I knew better, and I wasn't, okay, so it's actually not my mistake. I am very interested in learning about the cultures and the people that I'm going to meet. And I also think it's very important that when you travel to another country, you at least know a little bit of the language. You don't have to be completely fluent or anything like that, but at least try. And so I've been trying to look at ways of, learning, because, there's about 4 or 5 languages in different countries that I'm going to that I would like to at least be able to show some respect. And so I was watching this video on YouTube, and this guy's like, oh yeah, here's the app that you need, and it connects you with local speakers or, native speakers, and you can learn from them and blah, blah, blah. And it's called Hello Talk. And I'm like, awesome, let's get Hello Talk, and that way I can do this. It's like a freaking dating app, man. As soon as I got on there, I had all these Filipinos, Thais, Malaysians, just like, oh, when you going to be here, sir? And all this stuff. And it's like, I just want to learn the language. I'm not looking to meet anybody yet, let me get there first. So luckily, though, I did meet one lady on there from the Philippines that actually is a teacher, and she's on leave right now or something. And so she's actually been trying to teach me a little bit too. Obviously it's going slow, but I'm trying to learn on my own as well too. But yeah, don't download apps. I know a lot of guys go and they get on these, the Filipina and Thai cupids and all the cupids, and at least for me, I'm not going there to find that. And, it gets really kind of annoying after a while, because it's just like, I'm not looking for somebody to travel with me. It would be nice to have like a little tour guide when I get there or something like that. But we're talking, I'm still, at least a month from being away into the Philippines, and a couple months from being to any other country. So, I'm planning on putting those plans together much closer to those dates. But yeah, and of course you've got the scammers too, and I've had plenty of them hitting me up as well. And I'm at the point in my life where I have no problem just saying no and blocking somebody and kicking them off my feeds. But I wish that there was an application that you could use that isn't intended for the dating thing. So I don't know, maybe that's something I can work on. But until next time, and hopefully next time will be after we close, I'll give you guys another update then, and then I'll have some real dates as far as when I'm going to be heading overseas. And I mean, whether anyone realizes this or not, I mean, you may be getting these and you'll notice the dates up in the corners, whichever corner it's in. And they're going to be a few months old by the time I post them, because I'm not posting anything until I'm actually on a plane. That is one of my criteria for starting this channel, is it's going to happen. And so I'm not going to make all these videos and then, act like I'm going and not go. I'm actually going to be getting on a plane and setting the time to distribute these things as that happens. So I guess we'll see what happens. But until next time, like and subscribe, because at least then that way I know somebody's getting something else out of this other than me. But once again, even if I'm the only one getting something out of it, then I guess it's successful. But you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks.